What's up, guys? Nintenjoel here once again, and I've got a pickup for you guys that's kind of a surprise for you and kind of a surprise for me as well. This is not really going with my new shelf finds where I'm filling up the big giant shelf. There are definitely a few games I'm keeping out of this lot that I got, but basically most of this stuff is going to be for trade. Some of it's going to be for sale. But yeah, I just picked up an amazing Gamecube N64 lot between two people, between 2 different days, and it was such a good pickup. Normally I don't share my pickups where I'm going to trade a bunch of stuff off, but yeah, this one was too good. I had to share it with you guys. So basically you can see what I got console-wise. Got a silver GameCube. It's in really good shape, and this was the first day. This was yesterday. I got the GameCube and one of the N64s. Both were in great shape, but they both didn't have AV cables, so that got me to get the price a little bit lower, and I've already found one AV cable through a friend named Trent, who's done trades with me on this channel before. And so I just need one more AV cable, but it did come with an expansion pack, and the buy that I got today actually also came with an expansion pack, so that's awesome too. So both work, this works, great stuff, so yeah, there's that. And then I got a ton of games with it, just a ton of games, so we're going to go through that. Oh, actually, before the games, I'll show you like the controllers and stuff. First, I got a few memory cards, GameCube memory card, and then 2 N64 memory cards, which is pretty cool. I'm always low on the N64 memory cards for whatever reason, but yeah, it's kind of cool to get a couple of those. And then I got a box of controllers here. Let's see, the first one came with 2 N64 controllers. One was off-brand, and it's missing its little like logo thing right there, but no big deal. And then the other one that came with it was this blue one, and the sticks are nice and tight, so that's pretty cool. And then it also came with the GameCube controllers, one of which is a GameStop controller, which is actually really cool. It's really small and fits really nice and is very comfortable. It's kind of cool actually, but yeah, this is a GameStop GameCube controller, and then it came with the silver GameCube controller, which is also nice because it actually matches the system. And then the controllers that I got today with the other N64 was a nice gray one. Always nice to see those around. And then a nice green one, the solid green, not translucent. And then the best one for sure, I'm definitely keeping this because I've never actually held one of these before. This is a gold limited edition N64 controller, and yeah, I've never had one of these before, so I'm definitely keeping that. So that was pretty cool. All the sticks are in pretty good shape, and yeah, so that's pretty neat. Let's get rid of these controllers, and then I can get straight on to the games. Okay, so moving on. Got a lot of games here. First of all, the first guy, he had a binder full of games, like disc games, and there was a couple of PlayStation games in there, some PS2 games, and some Wii games, and then all the GameCube games. And we'd already pretty much worked out a price for the GameCube games and the GameCube, and I tried to get the whole binder from him because there were a couple decent games. There was Xenogears disc only in there, and a couple other really good ones, but he wanted a little much for the binder. All the discs were pretty scratched up. But he did actually kick one game down to me, and that was Donkey Kong Country Returns. And that's because it had a tiny little crack on the inner ring, but it's not into the data, so it should be fine. I actually haven't tried that one out yet because I don't have a Wii hooked up right now. And then he had all these GameCube games. They're all disc only, and so there's some good games in here, but yeah, all disc only. First of all, we'll start with the disappointment. Mario Kart Double Dash did not work. That sucks. But hey, maybe I can resurface it, I don't know. GameCube games I actually don't suggest you resurface. And then we got Tak 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog. This game actually looked pretty fun. Cool platformer. Tak 2 was also a good platformer, it looked like. Then we have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which is seems very underrated, and I haven't played it much, but it actually seemed kind of fun. I kind of like the graphical style too. And then we had Luigi's Mansion. Damn it, I'm looking for a complete in-box copy of this game and I just can't find one. Kind of sucks, but I think for now I might actually keep this copy. And then I've got Mario Party 6, definitely a good score for sure. It plays perfectly fine. And the last one I have for you guys is Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, and the Master Quest, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's all the discs from Dude Number 1. And Dude Number 1 also had 3 N64 games with the N64. And the first title was nothing spectacular, it was just Monopoly. Second title is the omnipresent Super Mario 64. Is just always there. Like almost every lot I think I've ever gotten with N64 games has had a Mario 64 in it. Great game though, I mean, glad to get it every time, and it's worth a decent amount, which is great. I think it's worth like 20 bucks, but still, that's still pretty cool. And another game that seems omnipresent, just always there, Mario 64, or Mario Kart 64, I should say. Great racer. Not my favorite. I know a lot of people think that Mario Kart 64 is probably the best one, but I honestly love the first one. Mario Kart on Super Nintendo is my favorite. Mario 64 just seems like it's moving too slow for some reason. I don't know. It just seems like you're not catching up to things fast enough and that you're moving just kind of slow. My second favorite Mario Kart is the Gamecube one that didn't work, Double Dash. That is a great game. Okay, so that's it for First Dude, right? Right. Okay, that's it for First Dude. All right, Second Dude was not just a dude; it was actually a couple, a very nice couple, and it actually stopped at my shopped at my store before, so I kind of recognized them. But yeah, ton of N64 games, and these are in crazy good condition. Every label in here is like mint almost. So really cool. First one does not matter a whole lot. Hey You Pikachu. It would matter if it had the mic. Unfortunately, it does not. And then we got Tetrasphere. This actually seemed kind of cool. I'm debating if I'm keeping this one or not. Not really sure yet, but Tetrasphere seemed fairly cool. Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko. I played it for a few minutes. I'm not really into N64 platformers that much. I like my platformers nice and 2D. Which is a great segue for this. Disney's Tarzan seemed like a 2D platformer kind of action game from Disney, and it actually seemed kind of cool. I might keep that one because it's a cheapo and it'd be free. Pokemon Snap. This is the one where you go around traveling and you take pictures of Pokemon and all kinds of stuff, and yeah, it seems kind of fun. Seems like a lot of people really like that game. And Pokemon Puzzle League. Never played this really at all. I actually don't even know what it's about, but yeah, there you go. It's in perfect condition, so cool. And then we've got a great action, third-person view action game. Kind of a platformer. Jet Force Gemini. Really awesome game. I haven't played a whole lot, but it seems pretty damn cool. And then Hexen, which I am keeping actually. This is like a first-person perspective dungeon crawler, but like you can see your dude's fist. Like I was punching the crap out of skeletons with spiked gauntlets, so that was pretty cool. I don't know how involved that game gets or anything. It's a cheapo, but I think I'm actually going to keep that one. And then one that I already have, Castlevania. I have a lot of these, but Castlevania gets a lot of shit. I wouldn't say it's a good game or anything like that, but it's better than people give it credit for. I even played it for a few minutes to test it out, and you know what? It's funner than I remembered it. Pokemon Stadium. I got this actually for my girlfriend because she likes to play the mini games in it, which is really funny, but hey, if it gives her something to do, that's cool. And she was quite stoked to get that. And these two seem to be kind of sought after. Not really expensive or anything, but people seem to really like these. The Banjo-Kazooie games. There's Banjo-Kazooie, and then there's also Banjo-Tooie. Now, I've never really played these a whole lot, but they're basically, you know, third-person platformers for N64. Pretty fun. Now, this one I am excited for, and I am keeping for sure. Diddy Kong Racing. Hell yeah! Basically a Donkey Kong version of Mario Kart. A little bit different, though, and fairly fun. So, yes, finally got that. And another one I'm keeping, actually. 2 in a row. Snowboard Kids. This is an Atlas game. Freaking crazy. Snowboard game, and looks fairly fun. So, yeah, I've actually been after this for a little while, so that's pretty cool. And then, what did I say about this game being omnipresent? Super Mario 64. Always there, always there. 2 good copies in 2 days, that's not bad. And, geez, same thing for Mario Kart 64. Pretty predictable here. 2 good copies in 2 days. 2 good copies in 2 days, though, pretty good. And then the 2 good N64 games, the best 2 definitely, or Mario Party 2 and Mario Party 3. Can't remember which one. I think it's 2 goes for like $50 or so. Pretty darn cool. And the other one goes for like 35. So yeah, that was definitely a score. All right, getting down to the nitty gritty. Only got 2 games left. So I got the N64 lot, and he had a Gamecube lot as well. And I was kind of looking through the stuff, and I just didn't have enough money for it. But he had one game that I really wanted in there, and a couple other decent games in there that were pretty cool. And the one game I wanted, I was just like, hey, you know, I don't want the whole lot, but would you be willing to sell this one game? I pulled it out, and he's like, yeah, sure, why not? Star Fox Assault, and it's nice and complete. It's in very good shape, and he was like $5. So I was like, yeah, dude, nice. As soon as he said that, a little bell went off in my head, and I was like, wait, maybe he's going to ask for $5 for any game. So the last game I have for you, I asked, what do you want for it? And he was like, oh, $5 for any game that you want, man. I was like, sweet! So I took Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for GameCube in pretty darn good shape. Nice and complete. Disc definitely has some scratches on it, but I mean, it's playable and very, very good. Very good and ready to be played. So yeah, I am pretty stoked on that. That's quite a few games in 2 days. I spent a bit on this, but it was definitely worth it. I got it for a good price. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I did want to share one little observation that I keep noticing over and over, and that's that what games seem to be more common for finding seems to change, and it always goes in like sets. Like, for instance, for a while I was finding Game Boy Advance games. It was like every time I found games, there was Game Boy Advance games, and then it was every time I found games, it was Nintendo games. But lately it's been actually N64 games, which is pretty darn cool. So does that ever happen to you guys? Let me know in the comments below. Let me hear your guys' thoughts on that. It basically shifts all the time for me, and N64 seems to be what's going on. So yeah, leave a comment below, and if you did like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's down there, it's red, and it says subscribe. If you want to see more videos, hit that. That'd be awesome, because I have a ton more coming out, lots of ideas. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and keep rocking the retro games.